Gold mining is a risky business, but for Parker Schnabel, it's an obsession. And now he's hit a jackpot so massive it could change everything. This is no ordinary find. In fact, it's a legendary strike that seasoned miners spend their lives chasing. So, what does this mean for Parker's legacy? Will this wild discovery rewrite the rules of Gold Rush and make him a legend? Parker's unique passion, the thrill of gold hunting, is alive and kicking in the modern world. In fact, gold mining is still a big business, and one show has turned it into something worth following. Gold Rush on the Discovery Channel. Set in the rugged landscapes of Dawson City, Yukon, Canada, the show follows a cast of determined miners as they chase the gleam of gold. With every season, viewers get to witness wild successes and crushing setbacks, and one miner in particular has turned heads from the beginning. Parker Schnabel. Parker joined Gold Rush when it first aired in 2010, initially appearing in just a handful of episodes. Yet his dedication made him an instant fan favorite. Parker was young, but he was focused on his goal, a rare trait among his older peers. Known for his intensity and a bit of a quick temper, Parker quickly proved he was serious about making it big. Despite his fame and fierce personality, Parker's personal life remains somewhat mysterious to fans. Raised in Alaska, he describes his childhood as typical for the region, filled with outdoor activities, especially hunting. For about 5 years, his family hardly bought any meat thanks to his hunting skills, a fact Parker says he's deeply proud of. Yet, as a teenager, Parker's interests took an unexpected turn. The thrill of the hunting game faded, replaced by something even more electrifying: the quest for gold. Today, he's known as a dirt expert and, more importantly, a gold mining powerhouse, making an estimated $20 million each year. This impressive success has made him the face of Discovery's top-rated show, a modern-day treasure hunter who's as relentless as the gold he seeks. Parker Schnabel's journey into reality TV and the rough world of mining began when most teens are just figuring out high school. At only 15, he was already managing the Big Nugget Mine, a small operation founded by his grandfather, a man whose wisdom Parker still carries with him. When a TV crew came scouting, they saw something special. Watching him juggle the demands of gold mining with the ease and energy of youth, they couldn't resist filming, and they never really stopped. The gold mining business is harsh, but Parker, inspired by his grandfather, seemed to have a kind of stamina and foresight far beyond his years. By the time he was 19, he'd outgrown Big Nugget and moved on to the expansive, rugged lands of the Canadian Klondike, where making it rich is still a long shot over a century after the original gold rush. Still, Parker wasn't deterred. In an industry where every ounce of gold demands a mountain of effort, literally, Parker has made a name for himself. He credits his high earnings to a simple strategy: reinvest everything back into the ground. He may be a millionaire, but his lifestyle is pretty down-to-earth. "I don't have a yacht, flashy cars, or a mansion," he says. "What I have is a big, costly sandbox." His focus on reinvestment is crucial, especially given the brutal logistics of the Klondike. Extracting just an ounce of gold, around $1,500 in value, means moving enough dirt to half-fill an Olympic-sized pool. And with a tight mining season in the northern wilderness, Parker faces staggering costs, shelling out nearly $2 million on fuel alone. Every decision counts. One wrong move could bring his entire operation to a grinding halt. What's fascinating is that Parker isn't even that interested in the gold itself. To him, gold is just the currency that keeps his operation going. He mines to get gold, which then funds more mining. For Parker, the true thrill lies in the hunt, in the endless pursuit, and in keeping his operation running in one of the most unforgiving landscapes on Earth. Unlike many in his field, Parker Schnabel has turned his fame into a launchpad for new ventures beyond mining. With an eye for opportunity, he spent his off-seasons creating a number of Gold Rush spin-offs, each one more daring than the last. Recently, he traded the frozen north for the wild, dense jungles of Guyana, pushing his mining skills to the limit in an entirely different landscape. Now at 30, Parker reflects on his unique path, often laughing about how he spent more time around older, seasoned miners than with people his own age. He has admitted that running a business with a crew of seasoned old-timers who weren't exactly eager to take orders from a young boss was no easy task. Still, his nowhere near finished new TV projects are on his radar, along with promising mining sites, and is even toying with the idea of a cannabis farm. Or as he jokes, maybe one day he'll just settle down and flip burgers for a change of pace. You see, easy isn't in Parker's vocabulary. His success has brought him millions and a reputation that stretches far beyond mining circles, making him a household name to Gold Rush fans around the world. Estimates in 2020 put his net worth at roughly $10 million, a fortune for anyone, let alone someone still in his 20s. But while many would see that as an excuse to kick back, Parker keeps reinvesting in his operations, pouring money into the latest equipment and upgrades to keep his enterprise running at its best. The money he earns isn't just for him either. His mining profits sustain a large crew, providing solid pay to the people who work hard by his side. Though the show launched with a focus on his grandfather, John Schnabel, who founded the Big Nugget mine, it didn't take long for Parker to step into the spotlight. He's gone from a young helper to the master of his own destiny, running his own mines and making choices that directly impact the livelihoods of his team. And his grandfather couldn't be more proud of him. When Parker Schnabel's grandfather, John Schnabel, stepped back from Gold Rush after the second season, it was more than a change in leadership. It was a defining moment for Parker. Jay's departure shifted the focus squarely onto Parker, making him the show's young rising star. But in 2016, Gold Rush fans and the Schnabel family faced a heartbreaking moment when John passed away at 96. The mining community lost a legend, and Parker lost his biggest mentor and role model. John had been more than just a miner. He was a symbol of resilience, still actively working until just 2 years before his passing. For Parker, Jay's impact went beyond the mine. Growing up in a financially stable home, thanks to his grandfather's success, Parker had opportunities lined up for him, including a college fund set aside from birth. But despite the chance for a traditional path, Parker chose the harder road, mining. Instead of hitting the books, he took the funds meant for his education and invested them into his own mining venture, betting on gold and grit instead of classrooms. It didn't take long for this decision to pay off. In Gold Rush's second season, Parker and his crew struck gold 3,300 ounces, valued at around $388,000. It was a turning point, not just in his career, but in his life, confirming that he was right where he belonged. This early success fueled Parker's resolve to keep digging, growing, and staying in the mining business. His grandfather saw the young miner evolve from a determined kid into a fierce, skilled leader right before their eyes. The real Parker Schnabel. Parker has always maintained a strong connection with his fans, frequently engaging with them through social media. In a Facebook Live Q&A session in 2017, he opened up about his journey, sharing the highs and lows of his unique career, from losing his grandfather to leading his own crew. Parker's story is about legacy, choices, and creating a path few are brave enough to take. Parker Schnabel's life may revolve around gold mining, but his journey is rich with stories, memories, and personal challenges that go far beyond the weight of gold. So, during the Facebook Live Q&A, he offered fans glimpses into his personal world, his interests, his relationships, and the unforgettable moments of his career. One story that left a lasting impression was about his biggest find yet, a quarter-ounce gold nugget worth $400 to $500 in Gold Rush, Parker's Trail episode titled Future Ground. Though small by his grandfather's standards, who regularly found much larger nuggets in the 1980s, the discovery was still a thrill for Parker. Despite the changes in mining yields, Parker has remained steadfast, pulling an impressive haul season after season, solidifying his reputation as one of the industry's top young miners. His fame on Gold Rush naturally opened doors for new TV ventures, including a daunting trek along the historic Klondike Trail with Rick Ness, Carla, and cinematographer James Lavelleville. This adventure was more than just another season. It was developed into the hit miniseries Gold Rush Parker's Trail. However, Parker's Trail wasn't all smooth sailing. The intensity of the journey revealed some major cracks in team dynamics, especially between Parker and James Lavelleville. Their personalities clashed in ways that tested Parker's patience and focus, with Parker admitting that some of James' behaviors made the expedition particularly challenging. These moments were only briefly mentioned on screen, but they highlighted the raw reality of working under high-pressure conditions in both mining and TV production. When asked about his favorite memories during his long run on Gold Rush, Parker fondly recalled his early years with his grandfather John, who taught him not just the skills of a miner, but the mindset of a leader. From finding his biggest nugget to clashing with teammates, Parker's Schnabel story is about a young man constantly digging deeper both in the earth and within himself. From the beginning, it was clear Parker Schnabel shared something unique with his grandfather. Their bond was more than just family. It was a connection built on shared passion and mutual respect. As Parker's career took off, he realized just how rare that relationship was, especially as he struggled to keep up with old friends over the years. Many have moved on, and with the demands of his work, catching up often falls by the wayside. If his grandfather were here today, he'd undoubtedly be proud of everything Parker has achieved with his relentless focus and dedication. One memorable chapter in Parker's story came when Ashley Yull joined Gold Rush in the 8th season. The two met in 2016, and Ashley quickly immersed herself in the demanding world of reality TV and mining alongside Parker. You could notice Parker's crushing on her, but by Season 9, she was no longer in the picture. In a 2018 episode titled Cowboy Dumping, Parker opened up about their breakup, taking much of the responsibility himself. Gold Rush, the date, Season 5, Episode 6, Cowboy Dumping. He admitted that while they had a successful mining season, he hadn't made enough time for their relationship, conceding that Ashley deserved better. Despite her enthusiasm for the show, the demands of mining and filming ultimately kept them from making it work. Even the crew members agreed that constantly being in the presence of cameras took its toll on their relationship. Before dating Ashley, Parker was rumored to have a romantic connection with fellow gold miner Tyler Mahoney. Speculation started in 2020 when the two worked together on the 4th season of Gold Rush Parker's Trail. However, Tyler set the record straight, clarifying that while they shared a strong working relationship, there was no romance involved. Now, Parker Schnabel's success story has stretched far beyond the bounds of reality TV and traditional mining. He's proven himself a shrewd businessman with a global reach, running mining ventures in diverse locations like Australia, New Guinea, Papua New Guinea, Canada, and Guyana. By diversifying his operations, Parker has demonstrated a remarkable understanding of the global gold mining industry, making each decision with precision to ensure his ventures thrive, no matter how unpredictable the terrain. Despite his accomplishments and the fame that follows, Parker is refreshingly grounded. Far from indulging in the high life often associated with wealth, he opts to reinvest his earnings into various business ventures, supporting his team and improving his operations. This down-to-earth attitude, paired with his openness in sharing both triumphs and setbacks, has earned him not just viewers, but genuine admirers. Known for his humor and charm, he often jokes about being homeless. Such an attitude has earned him respect from both his colleagues and his fans, who see him as both a leader and a relatable figure. As the new season of Gold Rush unfolds on the Discovery Channel, Parker, now 29, is proving once again why he's one of the industry's most respected miners. The season began with some setbacks. Like the first 5 weeks yielded little gold, a major financial strain that put the entire operation at risk. But Parker didn't flinch. Instead, he doubled down, making a bold